Welcome to Ireland Daily News. Today is the 27th of June 2026. Story 1. The latest Department of Housing data shows 17,447 people were homeless in May. This is a decrease of 101 people from the 17,548 recorded in April. There are currently 11,864 adults and 5,583 children in emergency accommodation. The Dublin Simon community notes 12,370 people are in emergency accommodation in the capital. This figure represents a 9.3% increase compared to the same period last year. Taoiseach Michael Martin stated that housing is the number one issue. Last year, 36,000 housing units were completed nationwide. However, 50,000 units are needed annually to meet demand. He noted that population growth and migration are putting pressure on the system. Sinn Féin TD Owen O'Brien said any reduction is welcome. But he warned the government against claiming the crisis is over. Social Democrats spokesperson Rory Hearn called it an absolute emergency. He expressed concern that more people will become homeless in the next 18 months. Labour Party spokesperson Conor Sheehan described the fall as a statistical anomaly. Story 2. The Irish Fiscal Advisory Council points out that Ireland's tax reliance on multinationals goes beyond corporation tax. Nearly 20% of payroll tax and VAT comes from foreign firms. In 2025, multinationals paid 87% of total corporation tax. Among the top 10 taxpayers, the average annual salary was €119,000. This resulted in €2.3 billion in payroll taxes. In 2024, these companies paid over €19 billion in corporation tax. They also paid €13 billion in payroll taxes and VAT. This figure exceeds government spending on housing and transport combined. The contribution proportion of these firms is climbing steadily. In 2017, manufacturing, tech, and financial services accounted for 16% of total tax and PRSI receipts. The Council believes payroll tax revenue is more stable than corporation tax. Story 3. The yellow high temperature warning issued by Met Éireann has been lifted this morning. The alert had been in place since Tuesday. Temperatures across the country had exceeded 27 degrees Celsius. Thunderstorms caused power outages for approximately 8,000 households, farms, and businesses. Electricity supply has now been restored. The status orange thunderstorm warning for Sligo, Galway, Mayo, and Roscommon was also lifted last night. Today will be cloudier than previous days. Rain in the southwest will spread towards the northeast. Rain will become more persistent in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures will be cooler. Highest temperatures will generally range from 17 to 22 degrees Celsius. The Midlands, East, and Northeast will be the warmest. Atlantic coastal areas will be slightly cooler. The heatwave continues across mainland Europe. Temperatures in Germany and Poland are forecast to exceed 40 degrees Celsius today. Extreme heat has been linked to dozens of deaths across the continent. Story 4. The Irish government is facing renewed threats of fuel protests. The dispute concerns the scheduled end of temporary fuel tax relief on the 1st of August. Opposition TD Pearse Doherty claimed the government voted to increase fuel prices. In reality, the Dáil confirmed that temporary excise duty cuts will end as planned. The €755 million relief package was introduced to mitigate global oil price volatility. Taoiseach Simon Harris said the government is discussing how to gradually phase out these supports. This aims to avoid a sudden financial cliff edge for families and businesses. Protest organizer James Gogan has threatened further blockades. However, the government maintains that no new taxes were introduced, only a return to normal rates. Additionally, carbon taxes will continue to rise annually until 2030. Both sides have yet to reach a consensus on fuel policy. Story 5. Minister for Foreign Affairs Helen McEntee has unveiled a new Irish passport design. The passport cover features a golden harp. The interior pages contain illustrations of Irish wildlife, flora, and landscapes. The design follows a national consultation involving over 15,000 people. The new passport uses world-leading security technology and environmentally friendly production techniques. The adult application fee remains €75. The child application fee is €25. Developing these security measures cost approximately €8 million. Artist Ailbe Cronin was responsible for drawing the illustrations. At the launch in Balbriggan, the portrait of Department Executive Officer James Kearns was revealed as the sample. Story 6. Ireland will assume the presidency of the Council of the European Union this Wednesday, the 1st of July. The presidency will last for 6 months. Approximately 300 events will be held across the country. About 30,000 visitors are expected to travel to Ireland. Dublin Castle will serve as their hub for these events. Events will also take place at the Dublin Convention Centre, as well as in Mayo and Kerry. The Gardaí say they will provide advance notice of any traffic disruptions. Graham McQueen of the Dublin Airport Authority says there will be no impact on regular passengers. EU delegates will pass through the old Central Terminal building. Dublin City councillors have criticised the number of road closures. These measures are being taken to prepare for the presidency events. Dublin Castle has been closed since the 15th of June. It will remain closed for the next 6 months. That's all for today's Ireland news. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.